Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're going over the best double game week players for game week 17 and onwards, as there are quite a few double game weeks coming up from now up until the next 6 or 7 game weeks. As always, drop a like and subscribe if you're looking forward for the return of the Premier League season and more FPL content, and click the notification bell to stay up to date with all of the recent uploads. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So in today's video, we are going to go over 3 players that I would recommend you guys having in your Game Week 17 squads, as of course we do get unlimited transfers coming into Game Week 17 off the back of the World Cup, and what a World Cup it was. First of all, looking at the first player here is Alexander Mitrovic. He is one of the more popular forwards to come into the sides actually ahead of Game Week 17, being in as the 3rd or 4th most transferred in forward at this current point in time. Personally, I'm a massive fan of Mitrovic, as he has made a great start this season for Fulham, and he has got some decent fixtures coming up as well, and a pretty decent double game week fairly soon actually. His double game week is in game week 19, so a great chance to jump on him now, capitalise on a couple of early good fixtures in game week 17 and 18, and then jump straight into that double game week in game week 19, where he does face Leicester away and Chelsea at home. I do really like these fixtures. They aren't the most difficult fixtures from an attacking standpoint, so I do like him for at least one attacking contribution across these 2 games here. And in general, he just is a very nice pick at £6.8 million in the forward line. Probably my favourite forward pick right now, around that price of 6 to 7 million. He does have a 19.9% ownership right now, so he is fairly low owned compared to a couple of the other forwards at a similar price to him. Looking at his underlying numbers, he does have a very good XG with 7.79 as well, and his XA of 1.55 is also not bad. He isn't much of an assister, he's mainly a goal scorer for Fulham, and that is why he does have 9 goals and just 0 assists in the 2022/23 season so far. He also does have one of the highest shots on target for any forward so far this FPL season, so I do like the amount of chances that he's getting for Fulham. Obviously, he's also on penalties as well, which is a great route to returns for him, so definitely a big fan of Mitrovic. He also is expected to score quite well in Game Week 19, the projected points of 7 by Fantasy Football Fix, and that just means he should be able to get himself on attacking return, and then therefore should be able to achieve this points tally. Moving on to the second player to buy, it's been one of my favourite FPL assets across this season. I'm sure you guys have heard me say quite a bit about him across the year. It's Harry Kane. He's been absolutely superb for our team since we got him in, and I definitely would encourage you guys to do the same as well. As £11.6 million in the forward line, I think he's the second best premium asset in the whole of FPL right now, only behind Erling Haaland. I prefer Kane over KDB and Salah. His expected FPL points actually rank first amongst all players so far this season, even higher than Erling Haaland. So that just shows that he's getting lots of chances for Tottenham in the form of goals and assists, and he has been very clinical so far this season as well. As you can see there with the XG of just 9.8, he's been able to return 12 goals. This has typically been a feature of Harry Kane's game. He is quite a clinical finisher, and that is why he's such a great FPL asset to have in the sides. As I said, £11.6 million looks to be a decent price for him. His ownership isn't that high as well, with just a 27.3% ownership right now. That is actually a lower ownership than the likes of Salah, KDB and Erling Haaland. So 3 of the other main premium options, all more expensive than, or all more higher owned than Harry Kane right now, should I say. And that is why I do really like Harry Kane as a slight differential as a premium option. If you're looking for a really good premium pick, I do think it's worth doubling up on premiums in the forward line with Haaland and Kane. Looking at some more stats with Harry Kane, he's obviously provided 3 assists as well, which is nice to see, as he does provide a bit more well-rounded statistics amongst forwards, as his 3.04 expected assist figure also does rank in the top 3 for forwards so far this campaign, and he is expected to score very well in his double game week fixture that he has in game week 20, so also one that is fairly soon. And looking at the fixtures of Arsenal and Manchester City, it is good to have a double game week of 2 difficult fixtures, because in isolation, if Arsenal at home or Manchester City are able just a single game week, it'd probably be a bit concerning in terms of having two bad fixtures across the two different game weeks. But by packing two fixtures all combined into one game week, he does have the double chance of returns, obviously, as he is playing two games. And I do think it's a great way to get these difficult fixtures out of the way, to have the scores combined across a double game week 20 for Tottenham. And he is expected to score pretty well across these two games as well, with an 8.9 predicted FPL points, which I'm sure would be one of the highest, or predict him to be one of the highest scoring players across game week 20. So I do really like Harry Kane as a pick there as well. And finally, looking at Bukayo Saka, he has been absolutely excellent for England throughout the World Cup. He was getting goals left, right and centre, providing chances for his teammates as well. Was the main, or one of the main creators in their team, which was really nice to see for him. He's coming in at £8 million and could be a great player at this price. His ownership isn't massive right now either, at just 17.4%, so he could be a decent differential to have in the middle of the park. Obviously, a lot of people are looking to the cheaper Martinelli and Odegaard, but I do think it could be worthwhile spending a little bit more to get Bukayo Saka, who will be on penalties for Arsenal as well. With Gabriel Jesus' absence, Bukayo Saka should remain on penalties for Arsenal, which can provide him with those extra goals. He has been very good for Arsenal as well so far this season, with 11 attacking contributions with 4 goals and 7 assists. His expected goals and expected assist stat aren't massive, as he has been very clinical. He just has a 3.96 XG and only a 2.24 XA for his 7 assists. But with a great fixture in double game week 23 for Arsenal, with Brentford at home and Manchester City at home, definitely a nice chance to jump on one of those Arsenal players. And I do like Bukayo Saka as one to target here, as Arsenal do have pretty good fixtures up until game week 23. And in a similar situation with Harry Kane, by having Manchester City in a double game week, it definitely does make those Arsenal fixtures look a lot more favourable, as just having Manchester City as a fixture in isolation as a single game week, as it typically would be, wouldn't be the most appealing, but when you pair that up with Brentford at home as well, it definitely does make a very nice combination of fixtures for Bukayo Saka to score quite well. And that is why he does have the highest predicted points for his respective double game week out of any player on this list, with 9.2. So I do really like Bukayo Saka as well. Obviously, Martinelli and Odegaard, two very popular picks right now, and two players that I do like in the teams there. But Saka at a slightly lower ownership could be worthwhile considering as well. Yes, he's a bit more expensive, but he does have those penalties, so that is why he's probably worth a little bit more money. And I think Bukayo Saka could be a nice pick to have in the midfield for your teams, which could see a rank rise as well, with a relatively low ownership right now. Thanks for watching today's best players to target for the double game weeks coming up from game week 17 and onwards. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you are looking forward for more FPL content coming up, drop a like and subscribe, as there is definitely going to be plenty of FPL stuff coming your guys' way shortly, due to the restart of the Premier League season being just around the corner. With that being said, click the notification bell as well to not miss out on any of these future FPL videos coming up. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.